meaning there. Now here is the thing. I'll start with the dilemma. The first dilemma that we're living in is we have the whole industry speaking about how huge is mobile, how big is this for the future. And even though when you take a look at the mobile advertising moments of mobile, a lot of blogs and PR that we receive from the industry are saying, you know what, CTRs are better than the desktop, it's huge, it's the future, it's all this campaign. But when you take a look at the mobile advertising in details, and you start playing with it, figure out that it's so slow. We have a dilemma there. There was not that much impressions and inventory. At the same time, we have an industry that says it's huge. Well, the best way to learn about it and figure out this dilemma and have some answers to it is to jump in it. So we have one of the best apps in this country. It's the YP.ca app. A lot of Indians using it. It's a really good app, and I'm encouraging you to use it. Well, we have this customer. So let's have Yellow Pages Group is willing to pay you money this morning and ask you to do a campaign on the mobile advertising. So this is our case study. We have an app that are possible in different platforms. Let's say for the sake of the pilot, we're only targeting Toronto and Vancouver. And we are very creative people, so we say let's do some A/B testing still on some display advertising banners. So we have different banners, and the purpose of those banners is mobile for us is sitting on two main variables. Those variables are easy to capture. We need to capture the location, so where are you? And the intentions, what do you want? So the banners that we created, one was focusing on the location and the other one on the intention to see how users will react when we push them some specific ads. So let's start from this. So you have a budget, you have a product, what do you do next? So the next step is you need to go and meet people in the industry that can sell you advertising. We call them ad networks. And there is three types of ad networks in this country today. You have the ones that we call search networks. So the discussion is very easy. It's based on two keywords. I pay on CPC base, I pay cost per click. You know what, we need to change the wording because it's touch per click. And keywords. You choose your keywords and we put your advertising against it. The second networks, those premium networks, those is the big brands in Canada. Think about those big apps like we saw with their next channel. So their discussion with you will be, you know what, I have a price based on CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. And I'm doing more display than any other type of advertising. Then the last ones, and you will see how big those networks, this is what we call the blinds network. The blind network in the mobile advertising world is you pay, you have a discussion for CPC, so you buy for clicks. You put display, but you don't know where your banner will be ending up. And when you will be receiving your reports, you cannot have the details. And why this, and we'll see this is part of the dilemma of the mobile advertising is there's not that much impressions right now in the marketplace. There is a huge road for free apps, for user experience, but when it comes to advertising, it's a different dilemma. So now we started, so we know now what's all the ad networks, and we started discussing with a couple of them. So we talked to about 11 ad networks. 3 of them declined to do business with us because they weren't able to do geo-targeting. You remember my first slide in our brief? We said we want to target Toronto and Vancouver. We don't want to have our ads for everyone. So a lot of ad networks say we can't. We don't have the capacity. So this is one dilemma. Location-based and hyper-local is so important in mobile because people are on the go, and we have solutions that cannot target this. And other networks said, you know what, guys, you have similar products than us, so we don't want to promote your products because we're competing against that. And it was fair enough. So some ad networks received the business units. So for the lack of time, I will show you some learnings that you can use and you can in your daily thinking about mobile advertising. The first one, there is no CPM. You know, those fancy guys in marketing in the web would love the cost per acquisition. I want to pay full acquisition. In mobile, it doesn't exist. Mainly for 2 reasons. The first one, there is not that much inventory available, so people cannot create a proper forecast, you know, to do business with you based on this model. And the second one, and we will talk about it, the mobile analytics, the web analytics to follow results on mobile, of pricing and advertising. A lot of people that we talked to, the CPM was a range between $10 and $30, depending on who you're talking to. We found out that there is the rate card are very, it's depending on from a network to another. So because it's so new, people are still searching what is the right pricing, what is the right fit. And those that did CPC with us, we discovered that the average is between 50 cents, it's going from 10 cents to 80 cents, depending on the keywords that you're targeting, the region, and the model articles. In terms of specs, we were amazed that only 60% of the ad network that we deal with did deliver according to the IO that we signed with them. Sometimes because there was not enough in those set inventory, sometimes it was a location, sometimes it's other stuff, but it was not an accurate experience. So it was a bad experience when you need to adapt yourself in terms of the offering that we've had out there. The geo-targeting, for me, it's a big component in mobile. I hate the word mobile, I love the word mobility and on the go because it gives us another view of the device. Even though the MMA was working very hard to put standards for advertising out there for mobile, it was also a nightmare. A lot of long-tail websites that we deal with have this old format. So imagine, we've had this briefing set into three type of display advertising format, and you needs to do 10 of different sizes. So 10 by 3, we're ending up having a great cost of production there, having 30 different banners out there just to go and say this is huge to testing. So we need to be very careful in how we approach this portion of the cost of production. Now, we weren't aware that there is some devices and OSs that cannot take animation on banners. And fairly, I will avoid doing any animation on a mobile device. People are on the go, the real estate of the screen is so small that we don't need to put a lot of information from the customers. It needs to be accurate. If we capture the intention, we capture the location, the message needs to be clear enough to have an interaction with the consumer. And also, as an ad network, we said, you know what, we're doing this business, this advertising business with 10 ad networks. We want to learn from this experience. And one thing that we do on the web is we give our third-party tags to those ad networks. It's technical, but we just give them, we serve the information instead of them serving it for us. This is what we call the third-party tags. And why we do that is to make sure that we have one funnel to take a look at the data without bias, because we are serving the information when it comes to us back. We have the same information, so we can do our analysis properly. But we weren't able to do it because Android sometimes cannot do that. Sometimes it's BlackBerry. So we end up to be a mess, so we do it old school way. We send the banners manually by email, imagine, to the ad networks, and we did it manually. So another learning that we've had. And mobile analytics, we will be talking about it. For me, this is one of the key elements in digital advertising, is to be able to learn, follow the KPIs, and make sure that with this learning we can optimize the ROI for any product or service.